The world is a stage, and most people are desperate for a role, any role. They claw their way to the top, begging for validation, screaming for attention, and trading their authenticity for a sliver of approval. They are the puppets of society, dancing to the tune of external expectations, their strings pulled by the need to be seen, to be liked, to be accepted. But not the Sigma. The Sigma doesn't audition. The Sigma doesn't beg. The Sigma doesn't even show up to the theater. They are the ones who rewrite the script, burn the stage, and walk away before the curtains rise. They are the outliers, the enigmas, the ones who operate in the shadows while the world scrambles under the spotlight. They are the architects of their own destiny, unbound by the chains of societal norms, and unyielding in their pursuit of self-mastery. Respected, absolutely. Feared, undeniably. Hated? Never. Why? Because hatred requires engagement, and Sigmas don't engage. They don't play the game. They don't follow the rules. They don't even acknowledge the board. They are the silent storm, the quiet force, the unmovable object in a world of chaos. They are the ones who watch the world burn from a distance, not with malice, but with indifference. And that's what makes them unforgettable. This is not a story of dominance. This is not a tale of rebellion. This is the raw, unvarnished truth about why Sigmas are respected, feared, but never hated. And by the end of this, you'll understand why they are the most dangerous, and yet, the most admirable archetype to walk this earth. 1. The Sigma Code. Silence is power. The Sigma, male or female, is a paradox wrapped in mystery. They are the ones who walk into a room and change the energy without uttering a word. Their silence is not a weakness. It is a weapon. While others clamor for validation, Sigmas are self-validated. They don't need the applause of the crowd or the approval of their peers. Their confidence is intrinsic, their purpose self-defined. This unnerves people. In a world where everyone is screaming to be heard, the Sigma's silence is deafening. It commands respect because it is rare. It instills fear because it is unpredictable. And it evades hatred because it refuses to engage in the petty dramas that fuel such emotions. Sigmas don't explain themselves. They don't justify their actions. They simply are. And in a society that thrives on noise, their quiet presence is a force to be reckoned with. They are the calm in the storm, the eye of the hurricane, and their silence is a thunderclap in a world of whispers. 2. The art of detachment. No strings, no weaknesses. Sigmas are masters of detachment. They don't cling to people, places, or things. They are not bound by the emotional chains that tether most individuals to their insecurities. This detachment is not coldness, it is clarity. Sigmas see the world for what it is, a game. And while others are busy playing their roles, Sigmas are observing, calculating, and moving with precision. This detachment is why they are feared. People fear what they cannot control, and Sigmas are uncontrollable. They don't seek validation, so they cannot be manipulated. They don't rely on anyone, so they cannot be betrayed. This independence makes them a force to be reckoned with. Yet, they don't invite hatred because they don't threaten others' existence. They simply exist. They are the ghost in the machine, the shadow in the corner, always present but never fully seen. 3. The lone wolf mentality. Strength in solitude. While alphas thrive in packs and betas seek comfort in numbers, Sigmas are the lone wolves. They don't need a tribe to feel complete. In fact, they often prefer solitude. This isn't because they are antisocial, it's because they value their energy and time too much to waste it on meaningless interactions. This lone wolf mentality earns them respect. People admire those who can stand alone, unshaken by the opinions of others. It also instills fear because a lone wolf is unpredictable. You never know where they'll strike next. But hatred? No, hatred requires a sense of competition, and Sigmas don't compete. They transcend. They are the mountain that cannot be moved, the river that cannot be dammed, and the wind that cannot be caught. 4. The enigma factor. Unreadable, unstoppable. Sigmas are enigmas. They don't fit into neat little boxes. They are not easily defined or understood. This mystery is what makes them so compelling. People are drawn to what they cannot comprehend, and Sigmas thrive in that space of uncertainty. This enigma factor is why they are respected. People respect what they cannot fully grasp. It's also why they are feared. An unpredictable force is always more intimidating than a known quantity. But hatred? No. Hatred requires a sense of familiarity, and Sigmas remain just out of reach. They are the riddle that cannot be solved, the question that cannot be answered, and the mystery that cannot be unraveled. 5. The Sigma's moral compass. Ruthless but fair. Sigmas are not bound by conventional morality. They operate by their own code, one that is often misunderstood by others. They are not cruel, but they are not overly compassionate either. They are fair, but they are not lenient. This balance is what makes them so effective. People respect Sigmas because they are consistent in their principles. They fear them because they know a Sigma will not hesitate to do what needs to be done, but they don't hate them because Sigmas are not malicious. They are simply efficient. They are the surgeon's scalpel, cutting away the unnecessary with precision and purpose, leaving behind only what is essential. 6. The Sigma's impact, leaving a mark without trying. Sigmas don't seek to leave a legacy, yet they often do. Their actions speak louder than words, and their presence lingers long after they're gone. They don't need to shout their accomplishments from the rooftops. Their results speak for themselves. This quiet impact is why they are respected. People admire those who achieve greatness without seeking recognition. It's also why they are feared. A Sigma's influence is subtle but profound. But hatred? No. Hatred requires a sense of rivalry, and Sigmas don't compete. They simply excel. They are the earthquake that reshapes the landscape, the tidal wave that redefines the shore, and the storm that clears the air. 7. The Sigma's immunity to drama, unbothered, unfazed. In a world full of drama, Sigmas are the eye of the storm. They don't get caught up in petty conflicts or emotional battles. They rise above it all, untouched and unbothered. This immunity to drama is what makes them so formidable. People respect Sigmas because they embody a sense of calm in the chaos. They fear them because they know a Sigma cannot be easily rattled. But they don't hate them because Sigmas don't engage in the nonsense that fuels hatred. They're above it. They're the lighthouse in the storm, the beacon of clarity in a sea of confusion, and the anchor that holds firm in the face of the tempest. 8. The ultimate paradox. Respected, feared, but never hated. Sigmas are walking contradictions. They are respected because they don't demand it. They are feared because they don't conform. And they are never hated because they don't engage in the battles that create it. They are the silent storm, the quiet force, the unmovable object in a world of chaos. And that's why they will always stand apart. 9. The Sigma's legacy. Eternal, not ephemeral. Sigmas don't live for the moment. They live for the long game. Their actions are calculated, their decisions deliberate, and their impact everlasting. They don't seek to be remembered, they simply are. Respect comes from their enduring influence. Fear comes from the realization that their legacy outlasts trends and fads. Hatred? It doesn't exist. Because Sigmas don't fight for a place in history, they carve it effortlessly, leaving behind a mark that can't be erased. In the end, the Sigma's legacy is one of quiet power. They are respected because they embody strength without arrogance. They are feared because they are unpredictable and unstoppable. But they are never hated because hatred requires engagement, and Sigmas refuse to play the game. 10. The Sigma's aura. Unseen but unignorable. Sigmas don't need to demand attention, they naturally command it. Their presence is like gravity, invisible but impossible to escape. They don't try to impress, they simply exist, and the world adjusts around them. Respect comes from their magnetic energy. Fear comes from the realization that they don't need to try to dominate, they just do. Hatred? It doesn't stand a chance. Because Sigmas don't seek to intimidate or overpower. They simply are, and that's enough to leave an indelible impression. They're the ones who walk their own path, leaving an indelible mark on the world without ever seeking recognition. They are the Sigmas respected, feared, but never hated. And that is why they will always stand apart. They are the ones who redefine the rules, who challenge the status quo, and who, in their quiet, unassuming way, change the world. They are the Sigmas, and they are unforgettable. That's all in this video, soldiers. Now go out, conquer the world, because you are the chosen one.